Let's go.
Excellently. Okay. Hey, this is David PerDew from MyNAMS.com and the Novice to Advanced Marketing System, and I'm really excited to get these guys and this software in front of you this evening because, to tell the truth, I met Peter for the first time. I'd known him via online world for a long time, but I had met Peter Drew at Alex's event in, what was that, July, guys? I think that was mid-July, maybe early July, and Mitch I had already known for a while, Mitch Carson, who's also presenting this evening with Peter for Hangout Millionaire. And at Alex's event, they told me about a software product that they were working on that was called Hangout Millionaire. And since Alex's event was all about Hangouts as well and membership sites, I was pretty curious about what they were doing. And the thing that they told me about this software made me think that I had to get this in front of you as fast as possible. Now, those of you who were at NAMS 12 may have met Mitch. Mitch was an instructor at NAMS 12, and he and Peter both were a sponsor at NAMS 12 with Hangout Millionaire software. And so we wanted to get this done as quickly as possible. We don't usually do a Sunday night, but because of our schedules, I really wanted to squeeze this in at the earliest date, and this was it, the earliest date. So I'm tickled to have Peter Drew and Mitch Carson here this evening, and this software, which you're going to find is something that you really want to take advantage of this evening. So please welcome Peter and Mitch.
Great. Well, thanks for having us, David, and it's exciting because I, as you know, attended your very first NAMS back in, I think it was February of this year. Was that the first one after the Marketers Cruise where we met?
That was the first one after the Marketers Cruise. That was our 11th one. Our first one was 6 years ago. Right.
Well, I attended my first one actually in February and was able to learn about your audience and their particular needs and how you've structured it from the 100 track all the way through the 400 track. So what's attractive about what we're going to reveal today is it encompasses all of that in our solutions, because we're going to reveal from the newbie all the way to the most advanced SEO professionals and how they've been able to embrace what we're going to reveal today. You know, cool. and as an SEO and video marketing expert, you know, I'm always seeking out the best solutions and to implement strategies as quickly as possible. And I know that today's presentation is going to generate some questions, as most presentations do. And I want to let you know that we're going to address as many of these questions as we can in the time that we have today. So I think most of your people have heard, unless they've been hiding somewhere, about the power of video and Hangout marketing. Hangout marketing is something that is a newer area. It's about 2 years old inside the Google kingdom, if you will. And it's a really good thing to do. I mean, wouldn't you say so about video marketing? Because you've embraced that as well in your efforts, David.
I have, and you know, I've done about 100 videos in the last, I'd say, 45 to 60 days.
Oh, awesome. Well, you're going to see what we can do with some of these things as we move forward. So I'm just going to ask a question because you're going to see some life-changing testimonials from real people that are all verifiable. And I just got to ask your audience, are they ready? Are you folks ready who are on the call this evening for your life to change? And this is where we're going to go. So let's go ahead and get started. And the agenda and promise today is we're going to reveal 4 profitable case studies that have been demonstrated and are still standing the test of time today. And you're going to discover how to find the profits in your niche with money keywords. And we're going to explain that and press on that a few times during tonight's presentation, and for good reason. And there are going to be 5 unique ways to differentiate Hangout Millionaire in the marketplace from any type of other marketing that you're doing today, and how to get your rankings to stick. And even one of the case studies that we're going to show tonight, David, is from Ruth Sherman, who attended the NAMS, my first NAMS that I attended as an attendee back in February.
Yep.
And you know, and what to expect moving forward. So the big question, and this comes from my radio background, is what's in it for you? Most people are interested in is what's in it for you. And this is what you get. How to get first page Google rankings. How to get first page YouTube rankings. And can you say profits, because that's the name of the game. This isn't just about ranking for the sake of rankings. This is about rankings so you generate profits, because there's a big difference between a hobby online and someone that chooses to make money and make this a real business. And people that have been acting as a hobbyist can now make profits, and that's what we're going to reveal. And 3 ways to profit without using a camera. So those that are a little bit shy don't need to be in front of a camera. It's not necessary, and that's what's so amazing about what we're going to reveal today. And you're going to be able to rank faster than a speeding bullet. Call this the Superman of the internet software, because that's what it does. And we're going to start with a gift. Is it okay if we give an ethical bribe for people to stay on the call today? Because those that stay on our Hangout, that choose to hang out with us tonight, are entitled to a gift. So there's a book that I've co-authored with Peter Drew, who's the creator of Hangout Millionaire, called Clients Forever. And they're all going to get a free copy of this. It's something that is sold online for $24.95, but they get their copy for free. Does that sound good?
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great.
Yeah, so that's their free gift. Just our way of saying thank you for listening to how you can change your life. And that's what's really going to happen to here tonight. So who's Peter? He's been working full-time online for over 15 years. He's the CEO of Brute Force SEO. And he was consistently the top 5 affiliate in Friend Finder Inc., which sold for just shy of $1 billion. And I said billion with a billion. And generated over 8 figures online. He's owned many software development companies. He's known as the king of automated software solutions. And he's been a respected SEO professional in our world, David, for the past 7 years. And his main SEO membership is still growing strong after 6 years. This is what's significant. This addresses the credibility question, because we all get shown a lot of solutions or purported solutions, and they come and they leave. This is a guy that has stuck around and still has strong members in his other software solutions that he's brought to market. And the big deal about Peter is he's got a clean reputation online. So everyone is happy with the work he's done and operates with integrity. And there he is, the man with 2 of the lights of his world, his 2 beautiful daughters, and his wife is the one taking the picture, and she hasn't revealed herself in this photo. Chooses to keep there. He does have a wife. I saw her picture. Okay.
So can I make a quick comment there?
Sure.
All of those things that you said, Mitch, were really important about Peter and who he is. The last one, the clean reputation online, is the one that strikes me most. That's what I love about Peter.
That's why I chose to do business with him, because it's so important to know who you're doing business with.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why I do work with myself online, because I look after myself.
Good for you. You keep your reputation as clean as a whistle. But he's and truly, Peter, I mean, there wasn't anybody that had anything negative to say about you, because before we decided to form our partnership with this effort and this solution, nobody had anything bad to say. So who am I? I'm a published author with John Wiley & Sons. I'm a former syndicated radio show host with CBS in LA, spoken on direct marketing in 11 countries in English and Spanish, and I've been responsible for about 9 figures in sales on television via infomercials from my home shopping network days, and I've been published in a few magazines, some noteworthy ones that are listed there. And there I am with CNBC, and there's a shot of me, it's been about 10 years, from my radio show on CBS in LA, 97.1 were my call letters back then. So here's the number one question I want you to ponder, those of you that are on the call and are here to make this is a big shift in your marketing, a big shift in your value of your business, and a big shift in your profits. That's what I want you to ponder right now, is what is the value of owning the number 1 ranking in your market, in your marketplace, in your niche. That's what I want you to keep. Write that number down, either mentally or on a piece of paper, because we're going to show you what others have done who are just like you, from beginners all the way through advanced and professionals at the level of the best there is, have embraced this solution that we're going to reveal. And what's so important is today, can you do this? And the answer is yes, you can. All you have to do is follow the steps and put the final piece to the puzzle together, And I know without a question that Hangout Millionaire is the solution that has been waiting, and that's why I've stood behind it. I use it with my staff. I use it personally. Clients use it. People that have been involved with this have used it and have had the same results that you're going to see with the people that we're going to reveal to you today. And the first person that we're going to refer to is Alex Mendoza. Now, I've known Alex for a better part of 13 years, and he is probably our most advanced member that has invested in the software, and he was the most challenging. So he came to me first and said, "Can you rank me?" And I said, gulp. I called Peter and I said, "We've got to hit a home run." For those of you that are in America, that means, and Alex is very persnickety. I'm not going to use a more advanced college-educated words than that, but he's particular. Is that a better word to use, David? He's quite.
I love that description because
Yes.
you have to vet it very well when you're dealing with Alex.
Oh my gosh! And it took a long time to convince him, but then he said, "Okay, show me," as in, you know, the old movie, "Show me the money, show me the rankings," is what we had to do. So I called Peter and I said, "Okay, I've got a big fish that wants to give us a try." And boy, did we take that challenge on, and here's what happened. If you look at the result at the bottom here, within 2 hours, if you can see my cursor, but the third ranking, so that's the number 2 image that you see that's marked 11.25, Peter was able to rank him through the use of the software solution that we're going to expose you to today in 2 hours. And you see uploaded by Peter Drew. And this, what I want to point out here is up at the top, here is the keyword phrase, how to monetize Google Hangouts. That means how to make money with Google Hangouts. And it's not information about Google Hangouts, it is how to make money, how to monetize. That's what that means, how to make money. So that is what we call a money keyword phrase, which is what I want to emphasize today, is where people are looking so they can make money and pay. It's important that they understand the difference. And there are about 76,000 results already for how to monetize Google Hangouts. And within 2 hours, he was able to rank him in the 3rd position. Now, why is that huge? Because number 2 position, the Scott Snowcroft, was put up in June 11th, 2013. And if you've got an aged listing, it's harder to remove somebody that's there. And then there's the Hangout Challenge, but guess who that is? That's Alex. So we were able to beat him out of his own ranking later, but within 2 hours, we wanted to show you the power of how fast this is, and I told you it's like a speeding bullet, and here's the proof. Now let's go to this, how to profit from Google Hangouts. Now I want you to look at this number at the top. It says 2.2 million results. 2.2 million results, I repeat it for a reason, in 3 hours by Peter Drew. And in 4 hours by Peter Drew, he was able to take Alex out, he owned this position. And because of the strategies that we use in ranking our clients, and what you can do, it's easy if you follow the step-by-step formula that we're going to reveal to you today, we were able to outrank the most advanced guy that we have worked with. This guy is a guru.
And I bet that he loved it when you dropped him out of the first slot with this software.
And it was also with his own videos. And I didn't realize that we were being tested. I just thought, yeah, I'll throw this together, and I put a project together and downloaded his video. As you can see, I'm using his marketingonline.com website. And so we're sending more links to his Marketing Online website, and did awesome results in just a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, can you imagine what a shortcut this will be to your success if you were to implement what Peter prescribed within this solution? David, if you had this for all the keyword phrases that you're looking to rank for NAMs and what you're able to supply the novice to advanced marketers, what do you think that will do to your business? You haven't embraced this yet, but you are going to. And
Well, I
it's
am
going to make
actually
it.
getting started now. I've downloaded the software and I'm getting started now. I've gotten into this system already, and I'm studying the process that Peter is showing us how to do, and I am embracing this because I think it's going to at least quadruple or quintuple the amount of traffic that we're getting. Because I haven't paid any attention to rankings or SEO. To tell the truth, all of my marketing has been referral based. So it's time for me to step it up and provide automated traffic into my own system, and that's what I'm after with this tool.
Well, it's going to do it.
And actually, if you check that, if you were to check that keyword phrase now, I don't suggest you do it now after the webinar. You'll see there's 4 videos at the top of how to profit from Hangout from Google.
Yeah,
Hangouts.
and I want to talk about these videos right here because here's what's unique. We took one video that Alex supplied us, and we used what is called repurposing. And it ran through it auto-magically created different videos as viewed by YouTube and Google. So you see the title up here. It says, How to Profit from Google Hangouts. Alex describes legacy. The next one, How to Make Money with Google Hangouts, shows how legacy, blah, blah, blah. The titles are different. The video lengths are different. The first video is 11 minutes, 16 seconds. The second one is 11 minutes and 21 seconds. So, and the descriptions are slightly different. So it's viewed. So this is called total domination. What I want you to write down on your paper and make a mental note is total domination of your niche. Total domination of your niche. Total domination of your niche. That's what we're after. That's what you need to seek.
Now, just to be clear, the software did all of that.
Automatically.
I didn't do any of that. The software made all those differences in the videos and the titles and description automatically.
Thank you for that distinction. I mean, you are a robot. I mean, you've created this robotic system, but it came from your brain, and you automated it because you're the king of automation. And let's go on. So let's go through what the steps were, and it's ABC, as simple as 1, 2, 3. So what were the first steps? The first step was you selected the right keywords. And make sure you write down and memorize money keywords, not informational keywords. Information seekers just bring you traffic. The right money keywords bring you money, bring you profits. We also set up something called Web 2.0 properties, which we're going to reveal to you, which is also a part of, let's call it the 4 legs of the stool. It is huge. The right keywords, set up Web 2.0 properties, and you run Hangout Millionaire. And the 4th leg is action, which you have to take. So what were the steps? Using the right keywords. You set up Web 2.0 properties. So the question is, what are Web 2.0 properties? Here you go. Here's a snapshot of the social media landscape. Web 2.0 properties are social media sites, they're directory sites, they're a host of social properties. And here's a snapshot of something called ifttt.com, if this, then that, and these are bookmarking sites, everything that has high page rankings, high authority, very credible, and guess what? Google loves them. Google loves them, and Google loves them, and so does YouTube. Why? Because they are credible. And you've heard about all these animal updates from a pigeon to a penguin to a panda. All of these animal updates are rendered useless because of the use of Web 2.0 properties, which are credible. The animals cannot attack them. They're just shooed away because of this. And that's why we follow and use these systems. I'm not familiar with Web 2.0. It's easy to set up. We reveal this completely. And easy to set up is something I want you to write down as well. It is easy to set up. You follow the step-by-step system, and you will have the same result. Here's another Web 2.0 property called onlywire.com that we embrace and use effectively because it's easy to set up. And if you have any challenge, we can help you do that for you. And that's beautiful because how do you like to have things done for you? That makes it much simpler, and that solution is available to you if you don't want to do it yourself. The fish can be served for you. Nobody has to teach you how to fish. So what were the exact steps used? Let's talk about this. This is an example of what Peter did with Buy the Private Island. This is the steps that we're going to reveal that he used back a few years ago for a friend of his are what are included in the software. We're going to show you that these techniques work when you do it manually, which takes about 400 times as long. And then we're going to show you what the software does. We gave you an example of Alex. Now we're going to show you this is the manual process. Peter, tell us a little bit about your buddy here.
So this is back in 2008. One of my best friends and mentor owned a private island, and he told me he decided to put it on the market and go back to his farm. So he'd already been to the real estate agent, and they created this awesome video. So it was just too easy for me. He asked me if I can help him sell the island. Of course, the answer was yes. So I downloaded that video that they produced. They flew over the island, got some amazing content. So I downloaded that video, did some work to change the video up so I could send it out again, and I spent a week uploading that video to different video services, understanding exactly the right amount of keywords to use, where to put them, how much content in the description, and I did phenomenally well. I put the phone number, Scott Wagner's phone number, in the description of all the videos, and he generated over the first 6 months 200 leads from those videos that I put up. I kept getting emails from the real estate agent and from my friend Brett about all they're saying to me is these videos are all over the search engines. We can't get away from these videos. So
well, but here's what's interesting is 89,500,000 results. That speaks to volume. And then we show this next one, private island for sale Australia, with 51 million results. That is gigantic. And then you're still ranking because of the techniques that were used back then, which now you've automated the process, and that's what Hangout Millionaire does. It automates all of this manual labor, but you went through the paces and did everything by hand back then. But the techniques still work today.
I want to point out a couple of things here. That when you talk about money keywords, if people don't know what money keywords are, you just showed two good examples. Buy, private island, has a transactional or monetization to it. Buy, private island. And private island for sell is actually means that it's somebody looking specifically to buy something online. That's what the buy keyword is all about.
And those to date, those videos have had over 40,000 views. So that's incredible. And that real estate agent is still loving me to this day.
That's awesome. Well, let's keep going. Let's show some more examples for our folks. Now, the question that people ask is, well, do you need a video? The answer is no. I mean, for the camera shy, you don't have to do this. There's a solution, and it's called Instagram. That gives you an instant photo. Instant photo, not a Kodak photo. You can grab a digital photo and upload that. You just input keywords, and it does it for you. You take keywords, it grabs the appropriate photos, digital photos related to your phrases that you're seeking to rank for, and presto, it is done for you automagically. Automagically is a great word. So, Peter, tell us a little bit about Instagram and why you came up with this. Was it because so many people, fretted over using makeup? They didn't know the right lighting. They didn't like to be on camera. They stuttered. They had yellow teeth. Whatever the issue was, you were able to address that with the use of Instagram and using Hangout Millionaire solution.
Well, the whole idea of Hangout Millionaire was to allow people to get the massive benefits from Hangouts without having to sit in front of a webcam. So we've offered 3 different opportunities to create videos. You can just enter a keyword in the software and it will download content from Instagram from the billions and billions of images up there. So the content is unlimited. Or if you have if you're promoting a local business, you can load up images from your hard drive and create a video from there. Or if you have video content like I did with Alex, you just download the video, put that on your hard drive, and you can locate that on your hard drive, and Hangout Millionaire will repurpose that video content. So there's 3 different options: Instagram, local photos from your hard drive, or local videos from your hard drive. And you can just get into Hangouts straight away.
That's awesome. And what you're doing is you're leveraging the power of Hangouts, which is the latest property of Google. And it is so embraced. Now, David, I have to ask you a question about your audience, your members. These are the most heartfelt people I've ever attended, as I had expressed to you when have been. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of seminars, both as a speaker, mostly as a speaker, and sometimes as an attendee. But I chose to be involved with these people. How many of them do you believe would love to embrace the solution of being able to rank and become the #1 person in their niche or their category, and never having to be in front of a camera? Is that valuable?
Absolutely, because I think most of them are in niches where it's real niches, like parenting or, you know, sewing or life coaching, those kind of things, which, you know, they don't think in terms of internet marketing techniques. So this is really a good lesson, basically, in how they could use this software to get their material out there in front of more people. That's what this is all about, right?
Yeah, it's a great solution to eliminate, and it's also saves time. That's the big factor. It takes time to create a video. It takes time to script it. It takes time to edit it. And Hangout Millionaire does all of this on autopilot. It does it magically, quickly, and you are out there ranking. You can create your own call to action. You can change your thumbnails on your videos. All of that is done for you and spun multiple ways, so you have multiple videos from one video that you create. That's something that's what blew me away about this, because it's total domination. So let me express the power of this. Our little robot on the left, that is our Hangout. And that is the Hangout Millionaire bot that does all the work for you behind the scenes. Now, he is with Hangout, which is the crown prince of Google. Google is the king, YouTube is the queen, and their prince is Hangout right here. This little yellow or gold emblem, which shows like a camera, if you will, inside, and it is the crown prince. So when you use Hangouts, which is the platform that we distribute your videos through, it is so much better received by Google and YouTube for rankings, because it even gets better rankings than a YouTube video when you use a Hangout as a platform. And that's what's so brilliant about this. So we wanted to show you that the robot is doing the work for you and using the platform of Hangouts.
Actually, just on that point, when we first started making the software to test it, what we did, we were getting excellent results, but then we delete those results from our YouTube account, and then what we saw was the results were deleting from the Google index within 5 minutes. I've never seen that before, so I knew we were dealing with something special. It's like Hangouts have got a direct pipe into the index, whereas YouTube videos don't, and it's a very big distinction.
Well, and what's interesting is, Peter, back when YouTube acquired when Google acquired YouTube in 2006, you put up any kind of video, and it could be poor quality, it could be anything. It was ranked instantly. And this is like I expressed, this is the offspring of Google and YouTube, and it gets priority preferential treatment of anything that you can do online. Now, the big question is global versus local. Some people have a global business where they have business and clients around the world, so that was taken into account. And some people are a local business. Maybe they are a success coach in Wichita, and they want to meet with their clients locally, or they're a dentist in Austin, Texas. Doesn't matter. We've taken into account those elements. You can get very geo-specific, and we're going to show examples of that. So let's show what happened with the techniques that were done with, we're going to show Darren Stevens when you're ready, Peter, and what happened when I went through the arduous, labor-intensive process to get him ranked, which now takes us just a few hours, which took me 14 days with 7 people full-time to achieve this result. And then we're going to show you examples of how it was done through the software.
Hi, my name's Darren Stevens. I'm the best-selling author of the book Millionaires and Billionaires Secrets Revealed. And I just want to tell you about a gentleman that I contracted to do some work for me, which his name was Mitch Carson. Now, Mitch promised me that he could get me on the page 1 rankings of YouTube and Google in a really short period of time. And I went, okay, I really doubt that, but I gave it a go, and he blew me away, because literally in just 1 week, he not only got me on the front page and #1 position on YouTube, I was actually #1 also then on Google worldwide in a really competitive phrase, which was how to write a bestseller, because I teach a program called howtowriteabestseller.com. And anyway, he blew me away. He got the results in a week. And because of that, I had people ring up that had seen the ad on Google, or seen the rankings on Google, wasn't an ad, and they rang up and booked into my program, and they invested over $23,500 in my program just because of seeing me ranked #1 on Google. And that was all due to Mitch Carson. And, it's just blown me away. They flew all the way over from Singapore simply from seeing what had happened. So if you're looking for somebody that can really get you ranked really highly on YouTube or Google, or who's just a master at marketing, I can't recommend highly enough Mitch Carson.
Well, the reason this is so valuable is everything that I did for him that took over a week to do before with 7 or 8 of my workers, I can do now with the software in just a few hours. That's the key. That's the takeaway here. So let's talk about the competition and what happens when you use the software. Now, there was a lady that I met named Ruth Sherman. David, she attended your event back in February. Do you remember Ruth?
Yeah, absolutely. Ruth works, I think, in a very tight niche in California with celebrity coaches, right?
Yeah, she's actually in New York City. I mean, I think she goes back and forth, between LA and New York, but she lives in Connecticut. But all of her clients, that she told me her target market was Fortune 100 executives out of New York City when they were interviewed in front of the press. And she wanted to make them how to look great on camera. And she said to me, I want to be able to do this. I said, well, we're looking for some case studies for some really hard keyword phrases. So we've got an example here. The first 2 listings, if you were to still do this today, don't do it now, do it after the webinar, how to look great on camera. Ruth is there, positions 1 and 2. 1 and 2, and we did this back in March. Like we said, we met in February. I came, went to Peter and I said, let's create some case studies for something really difficult. We did Alex. Let's do a lady in America for something really competitive. So we were able to do that, and she's still ranking for positions 1 and 2. And you see in the right-hand column here, here's what the software does, which is so amazing. We can't even go through all the features, but we're going to go through the important ones. Is how to look great on camera, and then it picked another keyword phrase for the second keyword phrase in the title, which is what we recommend. Ultimate Consulting Coach. She is overcoming the symptoms of stage fright. All of these keyword phrases she is ranking for because of the work we did one time. One time. Does that sound good? I mean, that you're able to rank for work that you do one time?
Absolutely. That goes right into my passive income influence, where we use the phrase, do the work once, get paid forever. That's exactly what you're doing here.
Well, and what's attractive, let me give you the number. Ruth did not attend the last NAMS because she was too busy. Because each client she gets pays her a whopping $60,000 US. Not Canadian, not Australian. I'm not talking Indonesian rupiah. I'm talking US dollars, 60K. Big bucks. She's so busy because of the rankings that we produce for her. She's overwhelmed. So it's extremely valuable proof. Would you agree? If you agree, nod your head yes, and I can see you digitally. Ha, ha, ha. But that's amazing result. And this was a global search for a local market because she only wants to work with people in her home, and this is what she was focusing on, and she gets all the business she wants, and they can have to fly in to see her in New York.
So the other thing I've noticed on that slide was that you had 1 and 2, and number 3 was Mashable. When you can be Mashable on search engine results, that's huge.
Yeah, we were able to, and their ranking was from July 27 of 2013, so we overtook them. But here's what's even more impressive. It has stuck. We haven't done any additional work. These rankings have stuck from the work that is done. Now, most people know SEO, or they'll admit is an ongoing process. You must constantly hit more links. You've got to do more postings. It is an arduous process. This was done one time through you set it. You set up the keywords. You implement and set up all the Web 2.0 properties. You run the software. You set it and forget it. You make the money, so you can sit on your couch, eat popcorn, do whatever you want, and you're making money, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And you were able to overtake, yes, a PageRank 8 site called Mashable, which is gigantic, as you mentioned. I overlooked that because we just dominate for everything when you implement this software effectively. So let's talk about money man Zach Jacobs. Now, I shared with you in the beginning of the presentation we were going to show some very advanced, which was Alex Mendozian, and we've been able to rank him very, very successfully. Now I'm going to talk about a guy who was doing his best of trying to make money online. He lives in Thailand, but last year he met up with Peter and said, hey, mate, and he even used, to the association of mate instead of hey, buddy. He's an American living over in Thailand, and said, I need help. I'm not making money. And he was able to use the software. His life has changed. He went from living in Chiang Mai back then in a one-bedroom apartment to now living on an estate in Phuket, Thailand, living the life, and he is making buku bucks, and I'm going to let him play the video, and you're going to hear what he is able to do today.
Hey, Zach Jacobs here. I just wanted to talk about Hangout Millionaire. We were lucky enough to be able to beta test it, and in the first 30 days, we were able to add a solid 5 figures to our bottom line. The best part about this is it will continue to be residual income because we're using it for offline clients. It's been great at ranking in the number 1, number 2, and number 3 positions in Google for our offline clients. We have clients paying us a considerable sum for every lead we produce for them. And this has been a great product. So thanks a lot, Peter Drew. Thanks a lot for the updates and letting us beta test for you. We appreciate it. And this is a great product. I highly recommend you look at it and buy it today.
Well, and here's what's important I want to bring up, David. If your clients, if your members mastered this skill, where would they be in 5 years from now? If they were to replicate, this was a guy that was probably an intermediate level marketer, not even advanced, has been online for a couple years and has struggled. He got the keys to the kingdom, to the Google kingdom. He now sells leads, not even in his home country, in Australia, small country, 23 million people. He's able to monetize and make, the last I spoke to him back in June, he was making over $35,000 a month selling leads, running 3 licenses of this software on 3 different computers around the clock, totally dominating his niche that he sells leads to people. So how valuable would that be for your folks if they were able to implement something like this and even get half the results? Could another $5,000 a month add to their bottom line and be helpful?
Absolutely. And you said in 5 years, where would they be? Well, this software is like in 5 weeks, where would you be? It's pretty amazing.
Well, this made a life change in Zach. He was barely scratching by. I mean, one day, he'd make $50. He was jumping up and down because one week he made 500, and you can get by and live on that in Thailand, but not live well. He's now making huge dollars. I mean, he found Peter. It was a blessing, and I hope he remembers Peter for his Christmas, card list at minimum, if not buying him a steak dinner when he sees him. But he's had tremendous results, and there are more like that. So we went from the most advanced of Alex. Now we're at intermediate level with Zach, and now we're going to show you 2 newbies and the results that they've had in their life. So let's talk about local market. People are local. Would you say a fair number of your members, David, are in the local marketing?
More and more.
More and more. So let's talk about the amazing results of Angela Langlotz. She's in Dallas, Texas. She's a former attorney who no longer practices law because she's been able to implement these. She despised practicing law. She was a trademark lawyer. And then she's had amazing results from Hangout Millionaire. And I'm going to show, after we run her video that Peter can show, what happened to her.
Hi, Angela Langlotz here. I wanted to offer my thoughts on PerDew's Hangout Millionaire software. I had the opportunity to beta test this software for a 3-month period, and I thought that the software was absolutely amazing. It allowed me to rank on the first page of Google and YouTube videos that were associated with very, very competitive keywords. These were keywords that had more than 4 million Google search results. In some cases, I was actually able to rank these videos in less than an hour. I was absolutely blown away by what it could do. I can also tell you that Hangout Millionaire comes with good documentation and good support. Peter and his crew are really great about offering support if you can't use the documentation to figure out what you need to do. So if you want to rank your videos on the first page of Google and YouTube, I highly recommend Peter's Hangout Millionaire software. It will help you rank your videos.
Now,
Hi.
What's so amazing with this is the next slide that we're looking at here, you're going to see 3 yellow or gold colored images that are beneath 3 paid advertisements. This is for fence contractors in Dallas, Texas. Dallas has got some money. They've got big hats there and lots of cattle and lots of money. So this is what is a classic example of a money keyword phrase. Dallas fence new installations. And you see the first 3 rankings here, 1, 2, 3, are ads. People pay for that. And in the right column, that's also known as paid ads, pay per click. So this is a heavy money keyword phrase. Remember that. If you take away anything, money keyword phrase is what you want to rank for. So positions 1, 2, and 3, she had a little competition with PerDew, who she followed the steps that he laid out, and she was able to win position number 1 organically. And number 2 is her again, and then number 3 is Peter. Is that correct, Peter?
Yep, absolutely. That's one of my accounts, Christina Hodgkinson.
Yeah, so that was what you set up. So the student was able to outrank. The pupil exceeded the instructor. And you couldn't be more happy than that when you're able to teach somebody and be able to outdo the teacher. And absolutely. The student actually did that. I mean, she did this extremely well. So she is making money, and she was able to change careers. And this was an absolute newbie. She had nothing to do with videos, and she didn't stand in front of the camera. She used the software and the solutions that you gave her with these videos. Actually,
if I can just interrupt, sorry, Dave. I'm looking at that search result in Google now, Dallas new fence installs, and those videos are still there. But what's interesting is all the advertising is different. Those advertisers you see there, they're gone. Her videos are still there, so they've stopped paying. Other people are now paying for those positions, but those videos are still there, and they'll be there forever. So can you imagine how much money has been spent on those AdWords? So people come and go, but the videos are still there. It's phenomenal.
You know, and the thing that I noticed about this too, I'm sorry, is that these videos are less than 2 minutes apiece, and they look like they were made with VideoFX Maker or some kind of animation video software. So it's pretty easy to do this without a lot of time and effort. Man, I'm impressed that these short videos got that kind of ranking.
And can I give a business idea? Go ahead, Peter.
Sorry, that's the same video. Notice it's different thumbnails. That's because the different duration of the video is created by Hangout Millionaire. So right. YouTube selects a different thumbnail.
Yeah, each time it's a different. Now, I'm going to give, since people come to NAMS, and I haven't talked about this in any of the webinars that we've done, David, is people are interested in making money. What Angela's doing now with these rankings is there's a price that people pay for pay-per-click on the right-hand column and in the ads above her listings. Okay, 85% of the clicks are for organic listings. She is able to contact all these advertisers, and they get to bid to lease her rankings, to lease the leads that come in. That's how she's making money. So your people can do the same thing using this software, and they're instantly in business, instantly making profit.
So in other words, if they are charging, say, DFW Fence Construction on the right there paid $5 for that top ranking on the right, and they bid for her to get $3 for the top ranking that she had. Every time she gets a click and gets a redirect to DFW Fence Construction, she's racking up $3 a click.
Correct. If she wanted to go undercut, all she would have to do is say, okay, look, you're paying $5 a click with Google. I've got the number 1, number 2, number 3 ranking organically. Give me $3. I'm going to save you $2 a click. And it's also known that people click and like working organically than going to the ad. They trust organic listings more than they do ads.
See, that's easy peasy, man. That's the business model I hadn't even thought about.
Yeah, and it just dawned on me just now. I haven't talked about this outside of webinars before, and Peter and I have done quite a few of these together, but this is an absolute business startup opportunity for anybody on the call that wants to make money immediately. You can go do this in your category, or I mean, my gosh, they could be in Des Moines and do the same thing. Lather, rinse, and repeat. Do exactly what Angela did for the Dallas market. This is all she's doing in the local market here in Dallas.
I've got a 3-minute Powtoon, and people are saying this looks like Powtoon, and I've got a 3-minute Powtoon video that is for our affiliate program that would be perfect for affiliate marketing or passive income or any of those kind of things. I can see that that's the next thing I'm going to do.
Yeah, and you embrace this, so it works. So let's talk about Peter's squash client here, and he's going to play the video as soon as it's ready, and she describes very well the results. And this is another gal that was an absolute newbie who had an idea, was clueless about marketing, clueless, and was able to get the fast track. She just happened to play squash with Peter, who, you know, is extremely advanced with marketing. So whenever you're ready to play her, Peter, let's hear.
My name's Ellen Trokovic, and I'm the owner and manager of houseoftroy.com.au. My website specialises in selling bandage dresses to women aged 18 to 25. I had my business up and running for about 1 year before I realised I really needed to get my website ranking higher in Google because it was completely unranked. I had heard of odesk.com and was about to start paying someone overseas to do my SEO for me when coincidentally I joined my local squash club and met Peter Drew, owner and creator of HangoutMillionaire.com. After a few weeks of playing squash with Peter, I mentioned to him that I run my own online website and that I was looking for someone to do my SEO. He then mentioned that he had just created a new software called Hangout Millionaire and that he needed a website to trial it on. I then agreed to this, and after just a few weeks after the trial, my website had gone from being completely unranked to page 7 of Google, which was amazing. It's now been about 2 months since the start of the trial, and my website is now ranked page 1 for all of my keywords, which has been unbelievable. My sales have gone from, on average, about 5 a week to now 15 a week, and I have HangoutMillionaire.com to thank for it.
Now, is that amazing? I mean, now let's take a look at some of these results right here, houseoftroy.com.au, we've got highlighted. This is out of 3.17 million results. Here is something I want to pay I want everybody to pay close attention to the magic of what happened here. The keyword phrase is bamboo bandage dress. Okay, it's got 713,000 results, as you see at the highlighted section above. She's ranking number 1 for House of Troy. That's her. Number 2, houseoftroy.com. Number 3, House Azura bandage dress. Here she is, ranking number 3. Number 4. And then, here's amazing, she's ranking for image searches, images, which come in when something is very heavily searched for a term. And since this is a product, she's ranking number 1 as well for images. And then last and not least, look at down here, within 3 days, bamboo bandage dress, she owns this page. This is what I wanted you to write down earlier, and I want people to remember this. Total domination. Absolute, complete, utter domination of your niche. Bamboo bandage dress in her native Australia, she is ranking for all of it, for her website, for image search, and for video. But there's more. I want to show something here. Bandage dresses, 7.9 million searches. House of Troy is the 3rd position. This is international, and this was early on. Now, I want to show something else. This is also amazing. So for Tropez bandage dresses, 2.7 million searches. She's ranked 1, 2 for organic listings for her keyword phrase for the text ad right here, for her domain name. Number 3 is a video she's ranked for. Number 4 is another video that she's ranked for. And number 5, look at this. Look closely. It says Facebook.com House of Troy. Her fan page, because of the use of Web 2.0 and the magic of Hangout Millionaire, it ranks your fan pages. Can you believe that? Your fan pages. So you dominate. Nobody's going to click anywhere else. They don't go beyond page 1 on Google, rarely, maybe 1% of the time. But if you own positions 1 through 10, does anybody click anywhere else? Do they have any choice but not to click on you? They are going to click on you every time when you have an image and you have the image search, the video search, you have your URL, and now we're showing you clear and valuable proof that your fan page is ranking. David, how do you like that?
I love it, and I never go to page 2. You know, if it's, and I don't think anybody else does. I think if it's not on page 1, you can just about forget it.
Yeah, I mean, it's over. But if you're ranking for all of these positions, that's what the software does. It ranks your videos, it ranks your website, it ranks your Web 2.0 properties, which also help you. And it all, you know, here's an example. Your fan page gets ranked.
Yeah, if you can get my Facebook up there as well, that's just that much more engagement. That's what that's really important about.
Yeah, so now we're going to take a look inside the software. Let's see the magic of a virtual assistant in a box. So Peter, I'm going to turn it back over to you. So let's talk about the brains of Hangout Millionaire. And Peter, I'm going to let you talk about this. This is our first glimpse on the inside of Hangout Millionaire. So let's talk about the brains of Hangout Millionaire. And Peter, I'm going to let you talk about this. This is our first glimpse on the inside of Hangout Millionaire. So we're going to play this video right now.
Okay, so that's the software starting. There's no audio on this software, on this video. So you've got 3 options. Instagram. You can choose local photos from your hard drive or a video from your hard drive that you've sourced. We're using Instagram for this. So that's using the House of Troy hashtag, and it's found that content straight away. So you can move the videos left or right or delete the inappropriate ones. Click next and then select your profile. That's a House of Troy profile. Select an MP3. Enter your Google account, Tumblr account, and select private video network, etc. This is where you put your geolocation in. That button on the right, you can find your geolocation very easily. See all the tokens we are using there. Facebook link to the site. This is where you put all your keywords, and you can select. In this example, we're creating 1 video, but you can choose up to 15 videos per project at a time. So now we're logging into Hangouts. This is obviously sped up because I didn't want to waste everybody's time.
This all just runs in the background, Pete. That's what I love about it, is it's just set and forget. Absolutely. You set it up and just go and do something else.
Yep, so it's creating a Hangout now. Notice I'm not sitting in front of a webcam. It's using the screen share to broadcast the video that we used. And it does it awesome. There's 3 different options, which we'll get into later. So that's the video that the software created. Now it's selecting that window to screen share. There you go. Now the software is doing it itself. I'm not touching anything. So it's broadcasting. That's a thumbnail that will go in the private video network that will be listed in Google, that will be pointing to her video in Google. That's some of the bandage dresses. There's my friend there. A little advertisement. So it's finished. I sped it up a little bit in editing, so we're not here all day. So now it's created the Google Hangout. That Hangout goes to your YouTube account. So we've got to update the YouTube account with the correct information from the software. So here we are. The title, description, tags, geolocation. There's a geolocation there.
Pete, it's important. It's important again to talk about while this is running. It's important for people to know that this is the software working. This is not you sitting here doing all this stuff. This is all happening in the background. So all of the video creation is done. The changing in YouTube is done. We can see it now doing Blogger. It's all happening in the background.
Absolutely. Now it's going to. It's updating it created a blog before, now it's going back to Blogger to update the Blogger, that blog with content and an embed of the Hangout, which is really important. And it's also adding the geolocation, and if you've got a business name, that will pop up and in the blog itself and send awesome links to your local listing. So now we're going to Tumblr. And the Tumblr account gets all a different variation, a different spin of the title, of the description, and it gets an embed in there. So you're getting an embed of your Hangout plus links back to the whatever's in the description and to the Hangout. Now this is the VCN. That's my private self-hosted video network. And at the end, it supplies a beautiful PDF with 3 different anchor text variations back to your Hangout video, links to your website and whatever's in there. And what's important about that PDF is, of course, we can share that PDF on all the document sharing sites and get another tier of awesome, powerful links back to your Hangout video, back to your Blogger blog, back to your Tumblr, back, and then more tiered links back to the links in the description of your videos. So it's incredibly powerful stuff getting that PDF, which is perfect for ranking all those links.
That's incredible. Thank you for that video that we were able to reveal the inside. Now, does that sound impressive, David, that we have something that automatically does this? And what's beautiful is it does it for you after you set this up. One time, all you have to do is set it up, and you can run it and run it and run it again if you choose to. And where it used to take weeks to do all of this work with a huge Filipino staff.
No, that sounds great. I love the idea that it does all that for you automatically without your intervention. You know, there's so much. That's one of the big stumbling blocks for trying to drive traffic through SEO. There's so much work that has to be done to do all of these little things.
Well, tell me about it. I mean, that's why I embrace this, because, I mean, I've been an SEO pro online doing this full time for 6 years. And I saw this, and that's like, oh, I can reduce my staff. You know, I just shifted their work to do this. So right here we see is, I'm sure you want to know your next move. Like, what is it? How do you get started? Who's interested in learning more? We still have a good number of people that want to get in and understand what we've got. And in the inside the Hangout Training Resource Toolbox, I'm going to go through the inside of the system and what you can choose to invest in today if you choose to. It's our complete toolbox to make your Hangouts a success. So it walks you through A through Z comprehensively, step by step, the easy way. We've gone through this. We've improved it from the beta test. We don't launch products until we have tested them thoroughly and made sure that everything is working so everybody understands it inside the toolbox. There's a content repurposing resources guide, and what that means is the correct way to take your existing content and use it over and over and over again, all within the guidelines that we spell out, so you're able to continue to profit and grow your exposure. And the important thing is we guide you through every step of the process. You can have the same results of an Alex Mondosian, the same results of an Ellen Trokovich, and we didn't get to talk about her success as much as she was able to quit her job as a legal secretary in Australia, and she's been able to move back to her native country in, what is that, Slovakia, Peter? Because she followed the step-by-step program. And that's what we do in this. So the Hangout Millionaires private group This is a private members-only Facebook. It's the most engaged Facebook membership site, Facebook group I have ever been involved in. And you get to ask your most pressing questions, post about your Hangouts and your skills. You post requests you are looking for. You get to cross-promote your business. You truly get digital friends and digital assistants from people on the Facebook group, inside the group. And you get updates right there for the Content Repurposing Resources Guide. That is a dynamic document that continually updates as changes come about. And that's what's so key about being involved in our community, and why this is truly a community, and it's not a quick one-shot deal that you find on a JVZoo or a Warrior forum that you buy something for $40 because there's no updating. It's outdated when there are changes. We continually update the processes, the documents, the videos. As Google and YouTube change the algorithm, we update accordingly. How repurposing gets updated, we're there to update with you. You also get a free copy for those that are interested in improving their copywriting skills and are stumbled by that, because that's another stumbling block for a lot of people, is how to write copy. There's something called Copy Sniper, which we give you for free to use for 30 days. It's all included. It's one of our bonuses. You get professional sales copy written for you. You plug in your keywords, you plug in the emotion associated with your category, and it's done and given for you. The other thing is you get a professional interview with me if you choose to invest, and I'm going to interview you, and we'll do a Hangout together. We'll do a Hangout together for your Hangout, so we can get you started to use and embrace this. And you get the bonus of the book, which we're going to give you at the end of the call today. So let me walk through the whole system. You get the Hangout Millionaire software, good for 2 licenses. You get access to Peter's private video network. He touched on this in the video demonstration while you looked inside the system, but he's got, in addition, this is only available to our members, a private video network which gives you an additional tiered linking strategy from high page rank, high authority video sites that where all of your videos, all of your Hangouts that you produce through the software get posted there, and it provides another set of links to your homepage, to your videos, to your blogger blogs, to all of your Web 2.0 properties, and it continues to rank you ongoingly. And you get our total resource toolbox. You get the Copy Sniper trial. You get a recorded interview with me. Well, I'll do your Hangout with you, your first one. So I'll hold your hand through the process. And if you want to invest, go to davidhangoutmillionaire.com and invest. So let me show you the value. The Hangout Millionaire software, if you're to buy it online right now, has a price. This is no joke, $2,364 a year if you want to buy it online. Private Video Network has a $1,000 value. Total Resource Toolbox has a value of $497. The Copy Sniper trial is $99. The recorded interview with me, I don't do a Hangout with anyone for less than $1,000. That gets included with you today. Now here's the special deal we're able to strike with David and NAMS. David's group only, you can invest for a one-time payment of $997 a year or $297 every 3 months. That's all it takes to jump on. Now you've got to get in on this. This is a special pricing, because if you're to pay for this on the site, it's $2,364 per year. And we do have people that aren't part of a group that just hear about the software and the amazing work, and they're justifying it very easily because of the value they're getting. So I just got to say, this is time to jump in and take action. So let me give you some more proof. Ferdinand Mellinger, here's another example of a very advanced marketer, owns an SEO business, and he was able to get successful. The whole first page is mine. 10 spots are his. He blacked out his niche because he didn't want competition. But he was able to do this. 10 spots. A newbie, Stephen Henby, within 2 hours he was able to get on the first page of Google. Right there, his jaw dropped. So here you go. Click on the link, david.hangoutmillionaire.com. For David's group only, it's $997 per year. So you save about $200, or you can invest today for as little as $297, and then we won't bill you again for another 3 months. The total value of this package is over So you got to jump. Here's another piece of proof that I want to show. Within less than 3 weeks running Hangout Millionaire, she was on the page of Keith was on the page of 1 and 2 for several product named long tail keyword phrases. So again, jump on david.hangoutmillionaire.com for only $297 every 3 months, or a one-time payment of $997 per year, and you can get the same results. Michael Murray, and he was able to get incredible and awesome results, and here's what's interesting. Over 34 keyword city combinations for those of you that are in the local market, like that of Angela Langlotz, the former attorney, full-time internet video marketer, was able to do this, and he was able to do this in an average of 6 hours. He was able to get ranking for all of the local phrases. And he's impressed and stunned with the results. I'm beginning to believe that I can have Hangout Millionaire dominate any keyword in any city that he chooses within 1 day. So I want to bring up something for those of you that sit on the fence or wondering, like, gosh, do I do this? Do I invest in this? The answer is yes. And why? Because you are an action taker. Napoleon Hill profiled the millionaires at the turn of the century, and he found one particular trait that was common with all the millionaires. There were actually 16 of them, but the one that was most dominant and most common was the people who made the most money took quick and decisive action. They were action takers. Action takers are the millionaires. They are the ones that are making the money. Do you want to be a millionaire? Then you take action. And it takes focus on something that makes sense. We've shown you clear and valuable proof today. Those are people that were from advanced all the way through the basic beginners, just scraping by, somewhat clueless. They use the focus, the laser-like targeted focus of Hangout Millionaire, getting them ranked and are able to profit. I mean, Ellen Trokovich, here is a classic example of someone that was working as a legal secretary. She used the focus that Peter described and prescribed to her. She followed it, and she was making big bucks in Australia, and she's now living back in her home country, all having this drop shipped and done for her. She set the system up, she used focus, and is making money today. So don't be left behind. Jump on the bullet train to success. Do what Napoleon Hill described. Action takers make all the money. Do you want to be a money maker? Who is this for? Anyone with a niche business. New people to online marketing. Novice to advanced marketers, which is the perfect description of NAM's people. Novice to advanced marketers, all levels from 100 through 400. Mature business owners and new business owners. That's what this software is perfect for. So all you need to do is click on david.hangoutmillionaire.com. Anyone can profit from this, from the beginner to the advanced, from the global marketer to the local marketer. You can profit. Now think about this. What will the impact have on your bottom line if you need the secrets, if you knew how to do this? Now here's the link. david.hangoutmillionaire.com has a total value of over $4,800. All you need to do is jump in. It's time to take action. Now let me go back to this. Frankly, I'm so excited to be able to work with you guys. I mean, and who's ready to get started and have the virtual assistant in a box? I was able to create great results with video marketing in the past with a big staff following all the steps, but the automated solution allowed today with Hangout Millionaire will get you there. Do we have any questions we want to answer from people? Peter? Well, typically people... Yeah, go ahead.
We do have some questions, but the first thing I wanted to say is this is an incredible value, and the one thing that I'm really excited about is the Facebook group, because not only is the Facebook group, the software is great. The software you've got to have. The Facebook group is a great place for you to get the kind of support that you need to learn how to do this on an ongoing basis and to get started quickly. That's one of the things that I'm really excited about with this. The other thing is that at this price, Mitch, where it's $297 every 3 months.
Yes.
And $997 a year, and it's renewable every year, correct?
Correct.
But they can cancel anytime, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So it is. You could even think of this as a trial if you wanted to, because if you get into it and it's not working for you, you can always get out of it. But if you do what Peter tells you, it's going to work.
They all work. Everybody gets results if you follow the system. I mean,
it's
that's
that ROI versus COI, right? We've all heard about that. The cost of not doing this is huge.
The cost of inaction. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, just on the Facebook group, we've just broken 1,200 members, so that's going incredibly well in there. So I'm very proud of that.
And everybody's engaged, and that's great that you, and very astute of you, David, to realize how people are using Facebook in the group. It is the most engaged Facebook membership group that I belong to, and I probably belong to about 60 of them. And I participate that in every day because I'm learning, and I'm obviously on in the inside of this software, but I am learning something new every day, and we're updating the resources because of what we learn from people and the community. And SEO and online marketing is dynamic. It's a live, changing digital thing, if you will. It's a living, ongoing, changing dynamic that keeps us all excited and involved. And if you just embrace the tools, you embrace the resources, you follow the step-by-step plan, you will be able to get the same results that the newbies got, that Alex got and continues to get, what I continue to get, which other people who have embraced this. So yes, they get to start for as little as $297. That's nothing compared to the return on investment. And what is the cost of inaction, which is huge? Alex spoke about that at your event.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, and go ahead and talk about that for a second, the cost of inaction. What if you just sit on the fence and you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got?
That's exactly right, and that's the biggest issue that we face all the time because, we always, I asked the question when I first got started. I got started online about 2003, 2004, and for a couple of years I didn't make any money, and so I asked the question of my mentor at that time. I was incredibly frustrated, and I said, when am I going to make money online? And he said, when are you going to decide to? And that's really the key, is you have to make the decision to do it. And what we're talking about here is a way for people to get their products, their information ranked. I know a lot of people who are here on this call, and they have products that are ready to hit the big time. And all they have to do is get those things ranked and get automated traffic coming in. That's what I'm working on. That's what my entire year is devoted to this year. I have a ton of affiliates and a ton of referrals, but what I'm after right now is automated traffic that drives sales every day, every hour. And you got to have the SEO to do that. You got to be found on the search engines to do that. That's the cost of not doing this.
Yeah, and people typically ask the questions about Web 2.0. We have in-depth tutorials. People comment about this on the Facebook wall. We can set the Web 2.0 properties up for you, which is something you can do on your own. We recommend using our guys to go and do it, and it's set up correctly, and you hit the ground running. So if you have any questions, any hesitations, we will hold your hand, walk you through the process. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, ABC, you're set up and running, you're in the race. You can start making money. We walk you through choosing money keywords. Really important. That's foundational.
The other thing is, Peter, you told me in California when we were out there together that you were going to raise the price on this annual fee. If they get in at $9.97, is that a locked-in rate?
Yes, absolutely. If they take the $9.97 option, it's locked in with PayPal. We can't change that subscription, so you're locked in for that price forever. And the price is certainly going up.
And so the other thing you told me out there was that it was going up to at least $1,500. Is that correct?
Well, probably more. One thing I learned from the mastermind group was that the price needs to go up dramatically.
With the kind of results we're getting, it's like the return on investment is so outrageous. I mean, people are look at the examples we gave. Newbies were able to quit their jobs, and they're making so much money. I mean, Zach is living the life. He wasn't making any money. He's making $35,000 a month.
And one of the things that Kathy asked here is, will I do some Hangouts with those of us who get it to assist? I'll do whatever I can to assist in this, but I'm not the expert in this. Peter is the expert in this, and Peter, you are doing some training and some hand-holding in that Facebook group already. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's in the Facebook group, if people go to the video section, you'll see a ton of video content that I produce for people who have just come into the group. So there's lots of replays, and if we get a whole bunch of new questions, I'll create a video to do that, or do a Hangout. Yeah.
Well, and I'll do a Hangout with your group. I mean, this is something I got to press on. My time is worth money, and I will help them select their keywords. We'll get it done right. I want to be able to do this, so we create some valuable case studies within NAM. I want people to be successful, and that's why I've offered my services to help people. That in itself is worth $1,000. I don't do this for less than that.
And so Kathy is also saying, can we do a credit card rather than PayPal?
Our system uses PayPal exclusively, but you can use a credit card. You can use a credit card through PayPal, yes.
Okay, good.
Yep.
And the other thing there that I see is, let's see, Barbara says, can you place an order through this system? I think she's asking about the Hangout system. They should go to that link, which is at the top of the chat box here, david.hangoutmillionaire.com. So click on that link and you can place the order through that system, correct?
Yeah, you scroll down a little bit, don't you, on the link? Where's it right there?
No, it's at the top of the chat. But just on the price point, getting back to the price point, $197 a month. That's the only option on the front of the website, and we're getting between 1 and 3 sales a day from that. And we have never ever promoted the front of that website, so people are happy to pay that price, and so that price is going up, and our webinar prices will be going up as well.
Outstanding. Okay, great. So this is looking work. The help selecting keywords, Kathy says, is priceless. Talk about that for a little bit too, because I feel their pain. Getting the right keywords is the absolute essential first step.
Well, it's foundational. I mean, think of it as the roots and the trunk of your tree. You cannot grow your tree of success without having the right keywords. You're going to have a weed. You're not going to have a tree. I mean, it's so important to have the right keywords, or else you're wasting money. People don't spend money. I mean, let's talk about a dentist. If you're a pain relief dentist is somebody that's urgent, that wants to get pain relief. That's a money keyword versus information about local dentists in Wisconsin. They're not spending money. They're doing some shopping. And we go over that in the training, correct, Peter?
I'd like to make an exclusive announcement. I've been working on a new keyword research tool, which is a revision of one that I've used for 5 years previously, but after Google made a lot of changes, it stopped working. For the last 2 months, I've had one of my head PHP developers reinvigorating or getting that script to work again, and it's an online keyword research tool that we use very, very successfully for 5 years. I'm introducing that back and giving that to our Hangout Millionaire membership for free as part of the membership, and we'll have that within about 2 to 3 weeks. So that's
awesome.
Brilliant.
Outstanding. Well, we've got a couple of good questions here. One is, does this work for a service provider like a lawyer or a dentist? Explain how that would work for a local marketer who's really trying to dominate that local market.
It's honestly, it doesn't get any better than used for local people like local lawyers or dentists. It's like it was designed. It's not that I didn't design this program for that, but that's where you get the absolute best value from it.
Talk about longitude, latitude, Peter.
Of course. So another feature that we skipped over really quickly in the video was we can geo-target our rankings. So in the software, it's really easy. You click on a button, you put in the business address, and it will give you the longitude and latitude of that address, which you then put in the software, and your videos and also the website you are promoting inside the description of that video will start to rank in those locations. So that is one area where the majority of our members are getting the most success, doing local listings, particularly for lawyers and dentists, because they pay the most. And it works so well, people found it worked for a lawyer or a dentist in one location, and then they just go wide, and they do every location. They go crazy. It's very, very effective for local listings.
And Noel says I have, says I have affiliate products. How would this work for affiliate products?
Sorry, mate. The audio went really strange.
How would this work for affiliate products? Was the question, Peter.
For affiliate products, it gets back to keyword research, and if you find really good keywords for the affiliate you're promoting, you will do very well with that. A lot of people are promoting affiliate products in the Hangout Millionaire membership.
Okay, and let's see, Deborah says, but dentists will pay $500 to $600 for leads for people who are looking for a general dentist. And she was just emphasizing here the value of those leads in a local market as well. So you could actually create your own lead business too, is what she's saying.
Well, and that's what Zach does, is making over 35 grand a month. That's exactly what he's doing in Australia. He picked a market with not much competition, and in a small country, and he's killing it. Think what it's worth in America.
So do we have any more questions in here? We have quite a few people still on the line here, and we are getting lots of people taking advantage of this right now. So, I wanted to make sure that we get everybody's questions answered if they have that tonight. There will be a replay
they're going to have their lives change. I mean, this is all provable, all verifiable. Every one of our testimonials were unsolicited. These are people that wanted to come forward because their lives changed. This is what this does. This isn't a quick patch. This is a life-changing solution. It's that impactful, and that's what people have to understand here. I mean, I'm being very strong in my statement, but people have changed their lives. I mean, talk about Ellen Trokovich for a second, Peter. We glossed over her, but she's the one personally. She was able to go back to her native country.
I think we just lost Mitch.
No, I'm here. No, I'm here. We're talking about Ellen Trokovich, and how she was able to go back to her native country.
Sorry, guys, I'm having really hard time hearing you. The audio is going a bit crazy for me. I can't really hear the questions.
Well, I'll just say this, but Ellen, who was a legal secretary in Australia, was able to embrace the system, and she went back to her Slovakia, where she's from, and her bandage dress business has exploded and continues to explode because all the domination, all the examples that we showed in there. And again, we just have to go back to, who is this for? Anybody. And I just want them to focus on being on the fast train. We're looking at this again. Get on the fast train. Who is this for? Anyone with a niche business, new people to online marketing, the whole NAMS crowd, novice to advanced marketers of all levels, mature business owners and new business owners, and just click on the link. And that's what you've got. I mean, we want you to be part of this, be part of our family. Take the opportunity that is there. Remember the Napoleon Hill example. The action takers are the ones that make the money. They are the ones. Do you want to hang out and watch as the train goes by, or do we want to be on the fast train to get there? It is truly faster than a speeding bullet online with not even a fraction of the effort. What used to take me weeks to rank for one video, I can rank multiple videos in hours.
Well, the other thing that I wanted to make sure that we talk about is that you are. I think it's really important to continue to talk about the ease on and the guidance that's coming with Peter, because with so many people jumping into software packages that they don't know how to use, we're getting a lot of hand-holding in Facebook and with you, Mitch, and with other folks to really learn how to use this software and to do it right, correct?
Yeah, and if they have never done a Hangout, I'll do the Hangout with them for the first one. This is for the people that take action tonight, not tomorrow, not in 10 minutes, now. Take it, get online, get in with us, and I want to do a Hangout with you so you can hang out. You can choose to see my face or not. I don't care. I'm interested in seeing your success. So yes, I'm going to hold their hands. We hold your hands digitally through the trainings, through the videos, through the PDFs, through the Facebook group, through the support desk. We actually have real support people that have been with Peter for over 6 years. Real support people that speak English, English, English. Speak it well, write it well. Will respond to your requests promptly. Not in 3 days in some foreign language that you have yet to be deciphered. They do speak English, and they speak it well. And you are getting the support. I'm on that Facebook fan page group all the time. I keep it open because there's constantly resource updates and ideas that I'm able to glean from that group to improve my marketing, improve my profits. It's a community, a true community that is involved daily. I get several updates daily. David, you're going to want to see it because of the results you're going to get when you implement the system and the software for your own.
Yeah, I'm already in that Facebook group because I'm getting ready to use it, and I want to make sure that I set up all my accounts correctly and make sure that I do everything that's above board, that I want to make sure it's done correctly.
Yeah, and we recommend that you use the services that are offered through the resources section. We can get those all set up for you at our cost to get this done so you get activated. And even Mac users, all you have to do is have parallels, add parallels to your Mac. And the beauty of being a Mac user like myself, I'm a Mac user. I'm a Mac fan. I'm a lifer on Mac. It runs in parallels. What that means is you run the software, which is PC-based, behind, and I can continue to do my work, and it's running and making me money and ranking my Hangouts while I'm working on other tasks. Is that bitchin' or what?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, I've lost the Q&A section here, and I just wanted to, there was a question in here from someone before I lost it that said, if they started at the 297 level, is there a way to upgrade to the 997 later? Peter, do you have an issue with that, or is this a sweet 997 one-time deal?
Yeah, it's a one-time deal because once the price goes up, all the 997 links will be gone forever. So I'd like to be able to say yes, but unfortunately that's not how our system works. Once the price goes up, the yearly option will always be there, but it will be more expensive.
Yeah, but they do get to stay locked in at 297 every 3 months, which is still going to be much less than when we upgrade it. Because after this webinar is done next week, David, we are upping the price. I think the minimum we've discussed is $19.97, so they better jump on tonight. People that sit on their hands don't make money. People that get off their hands and start typing in their credit card right tonight are the ones that are going to make money tomorrow. So get off your hands, move forward. Movement equals money. Movement equals money. Movement equals money.
I'll just answer a couple of questions. Kathy said, I just thought I have two sisters in non-profit. This would be great for them also. Absolutely would be. Sandra asked, can we see the demo again? In the replay, if you go to david.hangoutmillionaire.com, in a little bit, you can go, this replay will be on that link, and you can just scroll through and get to the demo again if you like. And Rolf says, did I understand correctly that I can use this license for local businesses? Absolutely. You get 2 computer licenses for the software. So when you become a member, you can run the software on 2 computers. That's typically one for you and one for your VA.
And speaking of that, one of the things, if you are a local business customer, if you're a local business marketer, then you are actually a service business out of the box with this, right? Because you can use it for your clients' work.
Oh, absolutely. That's what a lot of people do. A lot of people just on-sell the services.
That's what
Angela Langlocks does, the former lawyer. She does that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Excuse me, and you can talk to Angela in the group anytime. All the testimonials you've seen are members of our group, particularly those last Facebook messages, all those people in the group. You can even go through the Facebook group in the history and find those posts and comment on them.
Okay. So do we have any other questions there, Peter?
No, we're all good. I think it's time to wrap up now.
Yep, I think we're good. So, folks, last time I'm going to bring it up, but I believe in the power of repetition. David.hangoutmillionaire.com. Click on it tonight. Let's get involved. Let's get you started. Welcome to our family. I look forward to chatting with you. I look forward to doing the very first the very first Hangout with you. Take advantage of the generous offer I've provided. I want to help you and assist you with your success. Get the first one over, crack the shell, take the risk, move forward, because no movement, no money. Movement equals money. Move tonight, move now. Let's get started together so we can be involved with you in our community. Let's go. 297 is nothing.
And I want to say just one thing. If you people know me, you know that I am really all about driving passive, recurring income in automated ways. That's been my goal, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing, and that's how I'm building my business now. This becomes the cornerstone of non-advertising. This is free marketing that I'm talking about, non-advertising, non-paid marketing. It's free marketing that I'm going to use to drive all of the automated traffic funnels into our business. So I'll be there using this. If you have questions for me, we can talk as well.
Great.
Okay. Thank you very much for having us, David, and we'll be in touch soon.
Thanks. Thanks, you guys, for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.